let's get into it. Welcome to the Menacing Podcast. Well, actually, you know what? Let's not get into it. Let's get the business out the way first before we forget. Like us, follow us, leave a comment. 5 stars minimum. Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, all of them. Get at us, spread us around. We're very flexible. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter, the Menacing Podcast. Well, at Twitter it'd be X. X. The artist formerly known as Twitter, I guess.
If you've ever used X in recent days, you'll know that the British accent, sophisticated manners type, that's nowhere to be found on the
on X
at all. No,
okay.
Is I wish I could remember the exact words that Obi-Wan Kenobi or Ben Kenobi used in episode 4 to describe Tatooine, or at least to describe Mos Eisley, where they were going. So that's it's something about a cesspool of villainy or something.
So glad you didn't whip out your nerd today. Yeah, so at Menacing Podcast on X, formerly known as Twitter.
You will never you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Okay.
That's
on X?
Yep, that's what you should.
Okay.
The mentality you should have going into X.
Facebook Menacing Podcast. Get at us. We're gonna be getting a little bit more active on those. You can also send your thoughts to menacingpodcast@gmail.com. We'd like to hear from you. So do it. Do it now! You know, you can hit the pause button. We'll stay right here. Actually, you know what? Hold on. All right, now welcome back.
We just paused for you because we are listener focused.
We are very listener.
Although I'm going to point out there's some listeners out there, and let's have a little heart to heart here a moment.
Okay.
So we always say give us 5 stars on Spotify.
Sure.
It's weird because then you would assume that we would have a perfect 5 stars on Spotify.
Yeah.
But we're at like a 4.6 or something.
Excuse me?
Yeah, and I don't know exactly who.
I think one of our listeners...
Oh my God, 4.3.
Oh!
It's a 4.3.
It's because somebody was listening and you complained and they downed us another 0.3
But I'm just saying.
Stars.
Like, really? Who's the one? It's got to be one person.
It is.
Because I have made several accounts to give us 5 stars. And so I know that there's somebody out there who is messing around, is playing a game. I haven't found out yet, but I'm going to find you.
Maybe you accidentally bought it, or you're like, one of your bots was like, 3.
No! Night I had been drinking, I got a moment of clarity and was like, these guys are not very good.
I wish I could get half a star.
But seriously, come on.
Yeah, come on, guys.
This is 5-star worthy.
Maybe we need to step up our game. Anyway, somebody needs to step up their game, and it's you.
It's a lot easier to blame other people than to take responsibility for our actions.
It's very true. Yes, very true. So all the business is now out of the way. Bump that up to 5 stars for us. We'd appreciate it. We're not getting anything out of it except for glee and joy to see the stars being filled.
And exactly.
I mean,
that's
just make us happy.
We have feelings.
Yeah, well,
and we have families.
Yeah, we have families. There we go. So thanks for noticing. I really appreciate it. I have lost 11 pounds since I've been back from vacation. Yeah,
didn't notice.
I know.
Didn't say anything about it.
I know, because you're mean.
Oh,
I also trimmed up my beard, and you didn't say anything about it.
I noticed that one.
No, you didn't.
It looks fine. You look pretty good.
Oh, thanks. I look almost human now.
You look adequate.
Adequate. Good.
You're full of adequatequosity.
Put that in your notebook.
That's for sure.
Highlight it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a nice look. It's trimmed up. I'm sure your wife appreciates it.
Ugh, gosh. She can't stop talking about it. Because she actually, I think, just texted me, looks good.
Oh, you're so handsome.
It's like, you've
That's my man.
Yeah. It's like, all right, calm down. It's going back. It's going back.
Why? Why don't you like it? Why don't you like looking like a functioning part of society?
So... I look like a functioning part of society before. Like the Viking society. You didn't specify what society.
I did not. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
civilized society.
the reason I did is because what was I doing? I think I was eating something, and part of the side of my mustache went into my mouth with my food. I was just so sick of it, and then it got stuck in between my teeth, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm trimming."
And you shaved it, and you're like, I'm gonna go. I missed the meals with the random hairs going into my mouth.
I was like, man, I missed the instant flossing. So, like we talked about last week, I did have that oral surgery.
Yeah, so that's handy. It keeps
it clean. Exactly.
Dentists can be like, what happened?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been watching what I've been eating. So,
I watch what I eat as well. I watch it go right into my mouth.
Yeah, I was just about to say I have to watch it go right into my mouth because when I was younger, let me just preface. I was younger and I was probably stupider, but I think braver is actually the correct word.
Okay.
I learned how to drive on a manual transmission. So my first...
You had to read a manual to figure it out?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
It was complicated.
Most people would just take driver's training.
Yeah. Well, I did everything by the book.
Back in my day, we didn't have driver's training.
Yeah. Actually, the manual was just, giddy up!
My pops put me behind the reins and set me at the top of a hill.
Yep. Just let go.
Well, just went down and you had to figure it out as you went or death would be coming for you.
Quite literally. It was called Dead Man's Hill, so
it was every small town in the oldie times had Dead Man's Hill.
Yeah.
Where all the young boys learned how to do things or died.
Yes, very quickly. That was where you entered manhood.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Back when they printed newspapers.
They still print them.
The old-fashioned way.
They still print them.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, okay. Well, go into any gas station. Actually, I know that you don't want to talk about it.
What?
But when I was in Venice, there was newspaper stands, and my wife was like, "I'll take a picture of you by one."
That was like the highlight of your trip. There's all this beautiful old landmarks behind you, but no, there's Brent with his newspaper box taking a picture because that's what he prefers.
You know what's really sad is I think I actually got more excited seeing a newspaper stand than St. Mark's Cathedral. I was like, "Oh, newspaper stand!" My wife, without missing a beat, bless her soul, "I'll take a picture of you by it." I was like,
"Babe, no, it's like we came back in time."
Well, then she goes, "Do you want to buy something from it?" No, babe.
Wait.
It's all in Italian. I can't read it.
It doesn't matter. So you could have had it framed up in your office or something.
Yeah.
Was this an actual stand or was it?
Yes.
Oh, so it wasn't like one of those boxes that you put the quarter in.
No. Yeah, no.
This was like a guy.
Yeah, there was a guy in. There was a little booth. Had newspapers and magazines everywhere. And I was just like, "Oh, I think I found my heaven." My wife, my poor wife. That's what she has to deal with on vacation. I see something old, and she's like, "Oh gosh," she wants everything new. She's like, "Where is the best technology that I?" And I'm just like, "Look at that place." She goes, "Yeah, no AC." I'm like, "I know. I'm the one that sweats the most. I know it has no AC. Don't worry about it. I'm willing to risk it to experience something old and good and just beloved. But no, let's go into the Apple store like we don't have one at home."
Yeah, everybody's definitely longing for those days where they died of heat stroke in their house.
Open a window.
The good old days.
Open a window.
But climate change.
Yeah.
What were you actually going to talk about, though?
Oh, when I was younger and braver?
When you were younger and braver.
Yeah, so I had a manual car, but I could eat my fast food, shift my manual car.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Possibly text on the phone.
Yep. I thought this was pre-phone.
No.
Dial on your rotary phone hooked up in your car. Yes, operator.
Patch me through. Hello? Grandma, what's going on? Who is this?
Grandma, you're still alive.
Click.
I hear their spirits can talk to you through those old devices.
Yeah. So I could clutch and shift, eat my fast food, text a friend, not a drop on me. I would show up to my friend's house. Didn't even look like I ate anything.
And you know the inhumanity of it all? That burger used to cost you $1.
Yeah, I know. And now I'm sitting here going, can I take out a second mortgage for this meal?
I really want to get an extra, large fry, but I can't afford it.
That's right out the window.
Yeah.
But now I'll sit at home, not move. The only thing moving is my arm, and I get up and it looks like there's a picnic on my shirt. I'm like, what in the world is happening? And even when I had like the bigger beard, eggs and yolk. That was soup, egg yolk and soup. That was the bane of my existence, because I would get up, my wife would look at me and she goes, "Oh, you have yolk all throughout your beard.
The yolk's on you."
Yeah, I was like, I know, I'm gonna wash my face. Don't worry. She goes, "It's kind of disgusting." Like, I'm not walking around like. Give me a second.
Did you just mean your face in general?
Possibly.
That's probably, yeah.
Or the beard.
Well, that's why she's going to the funeral open house.
Yes.
If for our listeners who have been with us from the beginning of our podcast here.
She's like, so help me if that beard grows anymore. He's going to be buried with it.
She's just waiting, because that's the only time she's going to shave your face completely clean and be like, finally, it's just how I like it.
That's not the man I married. Who's this imposter?
He's a lot nicer and quieter.
Did somebody replace my husband? Because this isn't him.
Who is this? He's dressed so nicely.
He's clean cut. Yeah, that's
that sort of thing.
Yeah, but I noticed that about myself lately is sitting still. I could be shot up in a space rocket eating fast food, not a drop on me. Sitting still though.
That's where it gets you.
That's
pulling 0 G's. You're fine, but sitting at home.
Yeah, it's game over. Food's all over me.
Z's.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like I was in a food fight. Like, what in the world?
You didn't even eat most of it. It's all over you.
Yeah, exactly.
I once. This was a long time ago, when I was in high school, and for one of those like prom nights or whatever.
Oh, sure.
You're dressed up in your best, and I had a white suit coat.
Ah.
And a group of friends went out to eat.
Okay.
And
Oof.
Well, not a drop.
Not a drop.
On the suit coat. Somehow I managed.
I'm sorry. I just like how you said, not a drop. On the suit coat.
Yeah, somehow I managed to bypass the white suit coat that's on the outside and get food on my shirt. Not a drop on the suit coat, but on the shirt. Yeah, absolutely. I had a tendency to do that where it's like the outer shell is fine. But I somehow find a way that the food bypasses it and gets. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't understand. The physics of it don't even seem possible. But just underneath the outer shell there's something on the shirt.
So I think next time you take off the coat. So then your shirt is the outer shell.
Trick the system.
Yeah.
Trick the system. Well, in that case, I would end up with something on the coat then, I'm sure. It was behind me. I hung it up with the valet.
Yeah. Yep. It's like there was that one spill that they didn't quite clean up, and you hang your coat nicely over the back, and you pick it up, and at the end of the night, and at the bottom, it's just drenched in soda. Yes. Of course, knowing your luck, it might be red wine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm a huge
Are you
wine
bleeding?
drinker,
From that area?
Hey,
I have to go to the hospital.
Nothing wrong with that these days.
Oh, okay.
Anybody can do it.
Well, I mean, it's your suit coat, so it'd be behind you.
Still, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We don't, So it was at Taco Bell, so of course that would be expected.
Gross.
Well, on that note.
And there goes our 4-3.
I've noticed our numbers of listeners have been tilting more in the male direction.
Uh-oh.
I guess
like we're getting mail?
No.
Like male, female. Okay.
M-A-L-E.
Okay.
Yeah, the male direction.
All right.
We do have mail though.
Oh, good. Are we gonna look at it without John, or John isn't here? If you guys didn't know,
would he even contribute if
Oh well, I was sure one of the listeners are like, "Are we going to hear John snicker today?"
Well, so that's actually interesting to bring that up. One of the, if I can find it here.
Well, you should have been prepared. We talked about this pre-show.
Always should be prepared, and we never are.
Oh, I'm always prepared.
Are you?
Oh, yes.
Actually, you do a pretty good job. I'll give you credit for that.
Thank you.
In a moment of kindness towards you. One of our listeners commented on Spotify, because you can do that. We're hosted through Spotify. There's a wealth of stuff you can do through there to communicate with us. And they said, this brief comment contains more words than John spoke the entire episode. I wonder if you guys just deep faked his voice. Kind of like how the JFK assassination and moon landing were faked.
Ooh. Are they trying to goad us into talking conspiracy theory?
It definitely feels like that.
Oh, you don't do that.
It definitely feels like that. I'm surprised they didn't throw in Flat Earther as well.
Oh, well, I'll talk Flat Earth all day because essentially, I mean, let's be real. The Earth is flat.
And as we know,
I've seen it on flags.
Yes.
And on Air Force One.
Air Force One has it? Do they have the Earth on there?
Yeah, it's flat on the wall.
How is it? Yeah. We have it too. And it's flat.
Oh, yeah, right. See?
And as we know, the only thing that flat earthers have to fear is sphere itself.
Oh!
So that...
Bad joke.
But I'm...
Dad joke alert! Dad joke alert! Dad joke... Didn't they spell John wrong?
Well... Yes, that was the.
Okay.
I wanted to gingerly get into this.
Well, if they're gonna try to go to us and talking conspiracy, we're gonna point out some things.
We do have to defend our co-host. Yes. John's name is not spelled with an H.
Precisely.
It's not Han. It's John.
John.
There's also no H after the O. It's just Jon.
Jon. Or as his people like to call him, Juan.
Juan. That's
Juan Solo.
We can say it because he's our friend and he's a co-host. Is he our friend? I don't actually. We might want to check on that before we make these jokes. Going to file a complaint with HR.
Exactly.
So, Brent, well, let's indulge our listener here, Brent. JFK assassination.
Conspiracy theory. I don't think so.
Who invented the word assassination, first and foremost?
I don't know. I feel like it's the Japanese.
Or a child, like a middle school boy.
He's like,
I'm going to make a word that has ass in it twice.
Assassin.
And then it became like a mainstream thing.
Some medieval boy in England. Yes.
How far back does this go?
Righto. Let's be funny. Say this word. Assassin. I'm telling teacher.
Or it's more like he wrote it. He's like, I bet I can get the king to say this word twice in a row. But we first have to try to kill him.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What? What's going on?
Who are you? So, I'm sorry, JFK assassination. Give us your thoughts on that, Brent. Let's delve into this a little bit.
So, JFK, I don't know. I've heard a lot about it.
Have you ever watched the video of it, the Zapruder video specifically, or there's?
I've seen videos of it, which is going to go hand in hand with the moon landing conspiracy that I think of.
Oh, okay, but that's
so like
Dallas. Well, I guess they do launch
from Houston.
Yeah. Okay.
So same state.
That works.
Suck it. So the Kennedy assassination. I don't know. I've heard everything from like Fidel Castro to Russia to some crazed lunatic, which. I guess it was a crazy lunatic.
I would say, do you?
I think they got the guy. I don't think there was much of a conspiracy there. I think Kennedy was, well, first of all, he was a Democrat, and he was just upsetting his party so much that somebody wanted to step in and take care of it. I really don't think there was much of it. I mean, seriously, the Kennedy family had enough problems in and of themselves that I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have liked to have seen any of them dead. Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure like two of them died.
Well, the RFK was assassinated.
Yeah.
And then there was one who died in a skiing accident.
skiing
accident.
Yeah.
And then I think, didn't somebody die in the...
I think the only one that died of natural causes was the one that just left the Senate like 3 years ago.
Yeah, and he was surprisingly the one who killed that girl.
Oh, yeah, in Chippewa.
Yeah, the Chappaquiddick.
Oh, Chappaquiddick. I was close.
You know, what senator amongst us hasn't killed a hooker every now and then? But, you know,
Sure.
it's just part of the job. I mean,
what are your
that's in the
qualifications?
Constitution, actually.
Well, my qualifications are I'm of age. I'm a United States citizen, and I have left somebody at the bottom of a river. You're in.
Hired.
Thank you.
We're gonna vote for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is kind of it's in the Constitution, actually, about you must leave at least one hooker dead at the bottom of a river.
The founding fathers. You know what? Throw in something about leaving a dead person. It doesn't matter where they leave him. It just needs to be a dead person. Maybe somebody of low life.
Oh, so just
the higher up they climb in the caste system, they go to jail. But low life.
So it's just every senator has to kill at least one poor person, one poor.
Yeah, one. I mean, let's be real, haven't they?
To qualify.
I mean, Ted Cruz left poor people.
And then the Clintons took that and were like, "Hold our beer."
Yeah. Well, they're from the South, naturally.
Well, yes, naturally.
Bill was like, one?
How did we get on to killing people?
The conspiracy theory of
JFK assassination.
Yeah. Even though I heard, and I'm not really questioning it too much, but I did hear that, Kennedy was fast and loose with his bait and tackle, if you will.
Yep. I'm tracking.
Yeah, like worse than worse than Clinton.
Yes.
And so, like, whether it was for political reasons or not, like, I'm pretty sure the dude made some enemies one way or another.
Oh yeah,
like
with his indiscretions.
Yes, his fly fishing adventures.
Which also seems to be a kind of a prerequisite for getting into public office.
But they'll burn you at the stake if they find out. But it's like, okay, but I'm still in office, right?
Oh, well, yeah. They used to burn you at the stake. Now it's kind of apropos.
Like they give you it's like the Need for Speed high five. I feel the need for speed. Aha!
Yeah, I think if you just take into account the current president of the United States has a bit of a touchy-feely and a sniffing issue there, and it's not that he needs a Kleenex. And then the current frontrunner of the Republican Party has a bit of a also gropey issue.
Oh, yes. Took me a second. I was like, the frontrunner? Who? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we all, yeah. Yes. He, we'll not name names here.
But, yeah, you say his name in the mirror 3 times, he shows up. It's creepy. Oh, goodness! And it's weird because his buddy shows up too and he starts sniffing you.
You get both of them?
Yeah, it's
2 for 1 deal. And
it's not a good 2 for.
Everybody loses.
Yeah.
Especially America. So how are you going to connect JFK to the moon landing? I'm intrigued.
So the now I understand the footage of the JFK assassination. I understand because he's president. He's in Austin.
Did they use the same soundstage?
And there goes the rocket. I think that was a 38 rifle.
Shot.
I'm not. No. But every time I see footage of the first moon landing, it's Neil Armstrong. Thank you. I got his name right. I practice that because every time I think of it, I go Lance Armstrong.
Don't say Arm Neil Strong. Don't say Arm Neil Strong.
I always say Lance.
Oh, Lance Armstrong. That's his brother.
Yeah. So Neil. So they get this, and every time I see it, it's Neil coming down the ladder, and it's one small step for mankind. Or one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And then I think to myself, hold on, who's filming this? Or did he take the first selfie? Because it's always him jumping backwards down the steps, and you hear the radio, and maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. And maybe it's just like,
He wasn't the first one out.
No, I know. It's Buzz, wasn't it?
Lightyear? He's
Buzz
a made-up
Aldrich.
character from Toy Story.
No, not that Buzz.
Oh, sorry.
Another
I didn't know what you
astronaut.
were talking about. Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think it was somebody else.
Everybody claims that Neil was the first one on the moon. First man on the moon.
He was not, though.
I'm not. Obviously, he wasn't because somebody had to set up the tripod with the camera. So I don't get how in the world we get. He was the first one. Okay, then who's behind the camera? Either it's a Hollywood studio guy or it's somebody else. And that guy should be credited with being the first man on the moon.
Well, it's kind of like, when you're watching a nature documentary.
Sure.
And there's these people in the water with the shark. But they're in like a cage.
Yeah.
But then somehow there's shots being done around them.
Yeah.
And you're like, then it takes you a little bit, but suddenly you realize that camera guy's just swimming out there. Nobody seems to care.
The guy in the cage is like, don't worry, I have the meat. It's like, it doesn't matter. I'm fresh.
I'm made of meat.
Yeah. Like, you're handing out dead stuff. I'm fresh for the taking.
And
I'm Subway.
I'm dressed like a seal.
Yeah. Like, I look exactly like their prey.
That's the concept there. There was Jimmy, the intern, who quick scrambled out of the little, what do you call that? The lander, the moon lander. I don't think it was a shuttle.
The lunar?
There's different. Come on.
Oh,
get the lingo. I mean, come on.
Sure.
What are we, amateurs over here? This is the Menacing Podcast.
Yeah.
We know our lingo. The thingamajig.
Nailed it.
Jimmy, the intern, comes scurrying out with his little hand-cranked,
Oh, yeah.
play school recorder. And they had to do a couple takes.
Yeah.
Neil, I heard, is a real diva.
Yeah.
Makeup?
Neil, you didn't land it. I know. I didn't land it. You see my butt print on the moon? Yeah, I know.
He slipped. Slow motion fall.
Like literally slow motion. Well, this is going to take forever.
This lighting is terrible. Neil, that's the moon. We can't, or that's the sun. We can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I wish that you and I went to the moon just so that we could see how slow it'd take for us to fall.
I feel like we would be kicked off.
The moon?
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
Why did we bring them on this mission?
Like, I think we can vote them off. Can we vote them off?
We're going to launch them into space.
Because they keep farting in the suits.
That's Brent, not me.
Yeah. Whoever smelled it, Delta. You guys are too immature for this mission. We are here for humankind.
So
We're inventing the next Velcro. Velcro 2.0.
So what is the connection then for you between obviously going to who's filming it?
They were both filmed.
We established that Jimmy the intern.
Yeah. But it's just like, and I kind of like I said, I kind of understand, or I understand why JFK's was filmed. But it's very weird when like the camera it doesn't seem like the cameraman like tries to avert the camera from the brain being splattered onto Mrs. Kennedy. They're just like, no, we're going to stick with this. And it's like, okay.
Probably couldn't see what they were getting though, right? Because when you have those old cameras, you can't really like tell because you don't have like a digital screen in front of you.
But I mean, yeah. But then,
or they were just really sick and twisted. Like, oh yeah, look at that.
History.
How do I zoom in with this thing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I have to run closer. Okay.
That's probably why they think there was somebody on a grassy knoll, because some weirdo was like
running
with his camera.
Yeah.
Like, look at that! Look at that!
There's a shine from his scope. Oh, never mind. It's just somebody with a camera. That's where this conspiracy comes from. Yeah, but no, just both things were filmed, and it's like Neil Armstrong is accredited as being the first man on the moon.
First one to walk on the moon.
Walk on the moon. But did Jimmy the intern just like leap to that one spot and was like, well, this is good.
He pushed off quick.
It was a slow fall.
Landed, yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's how that's my quote connection. It was just, it's weird that both of them were filmed. Just because And again, I understand why JFK was filmed because he's in Austin. Everybody's like, "Oh, Mr. President! Oh, he's still waving." No, he's not.
Wait, what gets me is
Those are after-death seizures.
those videos are actually a lot better than what people can usually film when something's happening today.
Yeah. We have high-def stuff.
And I'm not saying that causes me to doubt it. I'm not a doubter of those things. I just find it funny. Like, we have better technology in our hands every moment of the day, and yet when it comes to somebody saying Nessie, it's like the most pixelated, shakiest video you could. What did you run in and grab your Nokia flip phone to film this?
I was just about to say, the iPhone 4. I remember that.
They had to say, set down their iPhone 15 Plus Pro Max quadruple lens, Ultra
Super
Supremo, and quick run in. Honey, I got to grab the crappier film.
Quick, give me the iPod. Thank you.
It's like whenever somebody goes to take a picture of something like Bigfoot, like we all have these amazing, tech. Well, I do because I have a Samsung.
Yeah,
but we all have this amazing
right
technology. Not anymore. They fixed that.
Good defense.
We now have this amazing technology right in our hands, and yet we still can't get images of Loch Ness Monster. We still can't pick up John's voice when he's talking on the podcast. And it's absolutely baffling to me.
Well, it really is, because even when you see somebody walk into like a convenience store and it's like, have you seen this person? I don't know. Can you update your cameras to this century? Because I've never seen so many pixels in my life, and I have a 4K TV.
Maybe it's television that has ruined this for us, because since like the 1990s, they've had these TV shows with the police, and they're like, all right, they see this grainy photograph. All right, zoom in. All right, clean it up for me. And it like depixelates, and all of this like the clearest picture in the world. I think TV has really set an unreal standard for us.
I know the tech is like, okay, click once and it's like, all right, can you do better? Click twice, it's getting there. One more, click, I got him now.
Yes,
it's like, dude, I take a picture on my phone that is better quality than your cameras, and sometimes I zoom in and I'm like, nope. I have to retake that picture.
I go through my
I better get closer.
I go through my pictures all the time, and I'll be like, how do I took 1,600 photos, and I got one good one because the rest are blurry.
I know. It stinks. Like, did I sneeze right when I took this thing? Why is it so blurry? But apparently, like, the people from CSI, they're like, how about you double-click that picture?
It's always the double click that does it. All right, triple click it.
4K.
Yeah, this.
Thank you.
And they present this photo that's like you're in the room with the person.
It's like, it's like, holy cow, that is very clear.
He needs a new face cleanser.
We're looking for somebody with really bad acne.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's just one pore. Calm down. Yeah, I think you're right. I think TV has ruined it for us. I think on the other hand, like, you also bring up a good point. The moon landing and JFK's assassination, pretty clear for the 1960s.
Yeah, and like
both of them were in the 1960s, just in case if anybody wants to.
Confusion there. Yeah, that's.
Somebody's like, "Nah, I'm gonna Wikipedia that."
It's clear that anything you'll find of somebody trying to prove Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. That's what it boils down to. Let's get some good pictures out there, people. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. If you're out in the woods and you hear a noise, bust out the 15 or the Google or the Samsung or whatever that has multiple lenses. Get a clear one. And then send it to us, because we'd like to know.
If you have the Samsung S23 Ultra, you can do 100 times zoom on that sucker. Like, get in there. Get in there with that camera. Up in there.
This is actually the male Sasquatch. You can tell, because I zoomed in 100%.
And on that note, so we did get a piece of listener mail.
Okay. Well, I thought we just did some.
Well, that was a comment.
Okay.
So that was feedback. We're going to another type of feedback. And this one So this one starts out with the subject, Simply Perfection. So I can imagine you know where this is going.
Yeah, it's about me.
Dear Russ, not sure how you thought this was going to be about you.
I don't think it's about you. I can see the reflection in your glasses. It's not about you.
I haven't sent it to you. I'll send it to you right now.
Whatever.
This is the truth. Dear Russ, this is a direct quote. I hope this email finds you well. Thank you.
You are so full of...
Hope it finds you well. I just had to take a moment to express my appreciation for your recent performance of That's Amore, which I did a rendition of on last week's episode, if you want to give that a listen. Your rendition was nothing short of spectacular. The exquisite vibrato left me utterly captivated. Your ability to infuse such depth and emotion into your singing is truly remarkable, and your talent is an absolute treasure. I feel fortunate to have had the opportunity to witness your performance, albeit rather brief. Please take every opportunity in the future to grace your listening audience with these golden pipes. Sincerely, your biggest fan.
I saw the sender's name.
Yes.
And I don't want to out him.
No.
But go away. That is such baloney. What in the world?
Why are you angry?
I'm not angry. I have just as much talent, and he's calling you out on it's tomorrow.
This is the guy who, when asked to do an Italian accent, went oi.
I went to Italy and I heard somebody go oi. So
show me the footage. Show me the footage. Show me the grainy, shaky footage of this happening.
Actually, it would have been a recording, so it would have been like, and we would have had to clean it up.
We would have gone to our CSI department. Double click.
Oh, better. One more click.
Zoom in.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, hey, they're communicating with us.
And the truth, we speak the truth on this podcast, and
we speak our
truth. We speak something. We say the word truth
a lot. So sometimes it is the truth.
Sometimes we say the word truth in a context where it's usually not truthful, but we say the word truth. So yeah, that's very kind. And it's true. I don't want to say I'm a classically trained singer,
because you're not.
But I'm akin to one.
Sure. And in all fairness, I looked at the email a couple of times because I was not believing what Russ was reading.
You even made me double click on it.
I had to. Yeah, my eyesight's so bad. I had you blow it up. Yeah, it was very clear. Yeah, that was a real email. So kudos to you, Russ. Job well done. Stop singing on the podcast. No one likes it.
Well, yeah, we also owe like $60,000 for the use of that song.
yeah. Dean Martin's family's coming after us now. So
the Dean Martin estate.
Yeah. It's kind of throwing me off that you actually read that, and I didn't believe you.
That I did well, because in fairness, I usually do make up the emails that are kind about me, but this time I didn't have to.
Yeah, and it wasn't from your mom.
No, it wasn't. It
wasn't.
She would not send in something like that.
I kind of feel like she would. Maybe to John, though.
I was going to say that would be more to John.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which actually, hold on a second. I think there is.
We have an email from Mom? I hope we do. Kind words, not really anything that we can talk about, but we appreciate those emails as well.
This is on the one you were not, the episode you were not on, the Naked Mole Rats episode. But I had commented in there how my mother would vote for John. And my mother did email us. Okay. John doing the best impression. Oh, they were saying she would vote for me, or that I was like, no, my mother would vote for John doing the best impressions. And she said, yes, I would vote for John, but you'd be a close second. LOL. Like she thinks like she thinks causing me pain is some sort of joke.
Yeah. It means lots of love.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There you go. You feel better?
Or look out, loser.
Yeah.
I should have thought what that means.
I thought I was going to comfort you with the
okay.
Lots of love, but
it was real close.
We'll go with LOL.
The comfort is there. So, all right. So we are at the end.
Oh, Already?
Well, we're actually past it. We've gone for nearly 40 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
We've gone for 40 minutes.
Okay, well, now our listeners are shutting us off.
Yeah, they're like, wow, these guys cannot keep a consistent time.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Thanks for joining us this week. If you have anything to say, please email us or comment, and we'll read it on the podcast, and we'll discuss our thoughts. And be careful of the cameras around you this week.
Can I throw out that's creepy. Can I throw out a poll a minute to our audience? I'm going to post it on the
Absolutely.
the tail end of this on Spotify. But so I was at the mailbox today.
Yeah.
Getting out the mail.
Sure.
So this giant shape scurries away.
What does?
A giant black shape.
Oh, okay.
It was a
Paranormal.
spider. Giant spider. And as men, we have a unique responsibility in the home to kill spiders.
Sure.
When they do arise.
Yeah.
You know, my brother-in-law has to, otherwise my sister would burn down the house. So I feel for him there. But you know, men, what are your feelings? Do you like to kill? You know, how am I trying to phrase this in a way that we can get a poll out of it? Do you like to kill spiders in your house? I guess, you know, when your wife asks you to, is it like one of those things where you kill it, you wait, you kind of act all tough, you wait for it to turn away, and you're like, gross. What's the concept here? Do you have to experience this? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really mind. So, actually, there was one time I killed a giant spider, and I asked my wife if I could mount its head, but she was like, "No."
Just sitting up above your fireplace,
yeah.
Four of its legs up.
I'm like, this thing is huge. She's like, "Yeah, flush it."
Yeah, when we had lived in an apartment for a little while. I had to do battle with Shelob once outside of the apartment door. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like, it had a gun. It was like, what? We lived in a rough neighborhood.
Yeah,
so
understandable.
You know, these type of things.
He's talking about a spiders, lady and gentlemen, not Sheila, the next door neighbor.
No, Shelob.
Yeah,
for the Lord of the Rings nerds out there.
Yeah.
That's
twice you've nerded out.
It's been a nerd-esque episode.
Yeah.
So, anyways, gentlemen,
do you like killing spiders or no?
Yeah, exactly. I want to know who's essentially braver than me. Like, okay. I mean, because I'm not.
Did you scream like a little girl?
No.
Okay. Well,
not when my wife was present.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen one of my friends scream like a little girl at the sight of a spider. I died laughing.
You can ask my wife when there's that male protection that kicks in. And I'll kill a spider with my bare hands.
In?
Yeah.
Oh, you do it.
Oh,
okay,
yes, yeah. She comes and removes me because I'm frozen in fear. And then, no, but I'll kill it with my hand. And then afterwards, once the adrenaline, why did I do?
Next time I'm getting a tissue.
What is happening? Why did I do that? I'm not. I can call people to come and take care of this. We're not living in the Middle Ages where you had to battle giant spiders.
Yes, pest control.
Yes,
I have a spider.
Yes.
Wait, exactly. One spider?
Yeah, just one.
Just
Can
one.
you get over here
now?
Preferably?
Actually, could you call us back when it's arachnophobia in your house?
Okay, no, he's going to... he's getting his friends. They have clubs. I don't know how they got them. There's an episode of the IT Crowd where Jen, the manager, has one of her employees come in to kill a spider, and he's terrified of it, and you don't actually see him. He's off in the other room, and you hear, Jen... The spider has somehow gotten between me and the door.
Could you please help me?
So anyways, gentlemen, give us your thoughts. That'll be on Spotify there. Brent, you gave you did the business up front, party in the back, mullet episode type thing.
Heck yeah. Keep it classy.
All right. We'll be back next week. Hopefully John will be here. Not that you'll hear him.
Yeah.